Hello, I'm Toycat, and welcome back to Seed Sunday. Seed Sunday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you seeds for Minecraft Console Edition, which are particularly interesting and worth checking out some way. And this week's seed is definitely both those things, but I wanted to do something different with this week's Seed Sunday, because it usually is like a full seed kind of showcase thing, but today I figured, you know what, some people don't necessarily care if something is like 500 blocks away from spawn. It might as well be an entirely different seed to them, in the same way that when you watch a PC seed and something's like 3,000 blocks away, it really doesn't matter in any way. So I figured what I do today is focus entirely around the spawn area for seed, but also as a fun little way to kind of keep the time down, because I've noticed that Seed Sunday is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Why don't we try and keep this one relatively short so we can do something entirely different Seed Sunday and just see whether it works or not. So yeah, this week's Seed Sunday will be faster and focused around the spawn. Hopefully you'll do enjoy it. If you do, like it, let me know, because it helps out the channel and lets know you do like Seed Sunday. With that said, the seed is going to be on screen right now. I believe it is IBX spawn, so if you type that in, you're going to spawn exactly here. And the awesome thing about this spawn is what's behind me, because here's the big reveal. It is an NPC Village. So that's right, this is where I spawned for the first time, literally in a village. And it's funny because this is the first seed I want to check the spawn off, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, this is a pretty good spawn, because honestly, the thing about NPC villages is they usually require quite a bit of traveling, but this one, you'll literally spawn in this village every time you die, which is pretty darn convenient. So if you just turn one of these houses into, like, you know, some of, you know, stuff to help you keep going, so like a chest and all that sort of stuff, you get a crafting table by default, then suddenly you're in a really good position to go forward. So yeah, a cool thing about the village being at spawn is that means you can start your trading game, if that's what you care about, immediately. That means that you can go, you know, get your plants done immediately, which means you don't necessarily need food from planes, and I think it's just in general a pretty great place to spawn. But I said I'd focus on the spawn area, not just the spawn, you know, 5 blocks, because again, literally you can see it's like 2 blocks away from the village. But yeah, as well as being like a few blocks away from the village, you also have some other stuff that I think is pretty cool around here, including the fact that just next to this village over here, there is a zombie spawner already. So you go literally, you know, like 8 blocks down from the surface. It's a very, very, you know, high level surface spawner. Then you find yourself this zombie spawner right here. And what I find interesting about this is the fact that it is just the spawner by itself. Again, I have no idea why it didn't spawn with stuff. Every one of these is meant to, so something went horribly wrong, at least in my seed, which I just find incredibly interesting. But yeah, either way, you've got yourself a zombie spawner, which you can either, if you're in creative, you can use a spawn egg and be like, oh, well, now it's going to be a wolf spawner, or if you're in survival, you can turn it into a mob trap. Whatever you want to do, you've got one of these just over here. So, as well as having a, you know, a thing just over there, like I said, I want to focus on the spawn area, but you can see, just in the distance from where the spawn is, you can see there is a second village to it, which I find really cool. And this second village, again, another set of stuff, another, like, weird well. I really love these wells, by the way, because I didn't even realize, but the wood goes all the way down. So, again, you get yourself another wood acacia well. Pretty cool stuff in general. But the cool thing about this village is not just the fact that it's another acacia village, literally, you know, again, viewable from spawn. It's also the fact that you can go just, oh, by the way, coordinates, just in case you really need them. But you can also go down just over here. And that's right, this second MC village has a second mob spawner right next to it. So, yeah, we'll actually drink the night vision just to show you this a bit easier. But yeah, if you just go from that cave I just showed you, so jump down to here, at these coordinates roughly, so about, again, 15 blocks down from the ground, then you'll spawn into a cave where you can just easily go down like this, and suddenly there is your mob spawner. Like, kind of dangerous, but it is a skeleton spawner, and it actually has stuff with it this time. That's right, 2 full chests of beautiful stuff, which I think is pretty darn cool. So, again, that's like enough to make a bit of bread, a golden apple, and also you get yourself the Depth Strider enchantment, which I found incredibly useful. Again, the fact that one was entirely worthless, and one was a skeleton spawner, a better spawner, and it had stuff, and one of those, you know, pieces of stuff was the Depth Strider enchantment. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I believe the enchantment is random, so you might get something else that's cool, but still, even Depth Strider is an awesome little enchantment, because you can use it for so many different things. As well as that, though, we have the fact that just behind the spawn, in the very bottom left corner of the map, you've got yourself a decent collection of other trees, so just in case you really hate acacia trees, this might not be the seed for you, but just in case, you know, if you really do, but you want to like the seed anyway, then just over here, you'll find yourself your oak and your birch, so obviously that's pretty useful for a bunch of reasons. Yeah, you can find these things just over here in the corner, pretty nice. Also found here is, at this little bit of water, I guess, you can find a bunch of clay, like, okay, as you can see, clay vein in the shape of a heart. Isn't that lovely? We've got clay vein over here, we've got clay vein over there, we've got clay vein just over there. There's so many clay veins in a very short space of time. There's one over there, there's one just over there. Basically, the point being is this corner of the map is great for clay, because it is the shallow ocean, the one that spawns with way more clay, and also, as well as that, we've got this, you know, extreme hill over here. Oh, yeah, it's a savanna M biome, technically, but yeah, this is a really cool place to go if you want to build high, or you just want to pick someone for your first house. I think this is a great place to go, because because if you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, you can see the corner, which I think is an interesting enough view personally, but also you can just use this as a building point if you want to build high up, like, let's stack ourselves 64 times that way, and suddenly you've got yourself a very sky-high house that's just floating above nothing. I think there's a bunch of cool ideas. You can explore the mountain, and here is your closest mountain spawn that's pretty much as high as console mountains can go. So the final thing I want to show off in today's Seed Sunday is the fact that if you go north of the spawn, just a little bit north, I guess to the northeast, you'll find yourself something really cool, which is a ravine. So ravines themselves, pretty cool. The cool thing about this ravine that makes it even better is the fact that you can get down there without any fall damage, and you can even get out really easily too, because all you have to do is fall down like this, and then that, and then this, and then that, and suddenly you're down the ravine. You can mine your coal, your iron to your heart's content, which is obviously something you need to do early on in the seed to get yourself iron armor and iron, all the stuff you need from iron. So yeah, basically that's pretty cool by itself. But also, if you take a left turn, and then you take another left turn, and then you just keep on taking left turns, I'm worried I've taken the wrong one here, but basically eventually you'll end up slowly going down until you end up in another ravine, which is really awesome if you ask me. So I think it might end up just down here, and then suddenly, yeah, at these corners, you've got yourself a second ravine, which is just a couple of cave turns away from the first ravine. So obviously, cool thing about second ravine is do you see a baby zombie down there? Oh, you do? Okay. But yeah, cool thing about the second ravine is this one's lower down, so you find better ores, you find more of the iron and coal, and yeah, if you want lots and lots of iron because you're either making a beacon, or you're making a railway, or just something like this, this is a pretty cool thing to have by spawn, especially if you like exploring caves and stuff. Again, just a really awesome cave collection from the ravine, and it's something you might want to explore. Also, look at this side, there's like trees blended into it in a really bizarre way. Anyway, with that said, that has been Seed Sunday this week. Again, I really wanted to focus on making it short and making it about the spawn area. Let me know what you thought of that. Do you think, oh, that's kind of useful to look at? Or do you think, no, I want to know the rest of the seed? What about that mesa biome that's somewhere around there? What about that ice, plains biome at the top? Tell me about all these things to look at. Let me know in the comments down below, or if I should try and find more cool seeds, or maybe, again, let me know with your words and stuff what you think. I found this pretty fun, and let me know what you think with those words, and I will read them because that's how things work. So thank you very much for watching. Like if you liked it, share if you liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I will see you all in the next video. So, goodbye everyone.